Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna show you how do I use the Agentic workflow to automatically generate the personalized email for 20% for our outreach purpose. Just give you some context. So basically, recently we are trying to evaluate one of our startup idea that we would like to build a chamber that can helping the people who moving out from the apartment who suffer from the roaches and bed bugs problem, and we want to build a chamber is airtight and automatically fill up with the carbon dioxide, then kill all the roaches. So the first step for us is to reach out to the vendor, no matter they are the engineering design service or the vendor who actually has similar product that match our vision. So I manually reach out 5 to 7 vendor by email. Only one or two just reply to me. I couldn't get the price that without the pricing, without the estimate how much we're going to need to build it, it's very hard for us to evaluate whether this business idea will be feasible or not. So in order to get more reply, I decide to increase the volume that we send out the email. So basically, I found one company that they reply to us to set up a call with us. Then I would like to talk to more of them to understand the cost perspective. So I go to Perplexity. Also go to Gemini to ask them to give me search 10 vendor, similar vendor to this company, DFMZ Group. And they indeed provide me a bunch of the lists that with the similar engineering design service, they also provide me the email address. That I want to put all the email together. I was at the beginning, I was thinking that I'm gonna send them in one shot, right? But based on my past experience from we sending the email to the first 5 to 7 vendor, we just like using the same email without customize the email. So the reply rate is actually pretty low. So I try to ask like Gemini saying, hey, can you just like create custom email for each of them? So because like here is 10, I also get another 10 from Perplexity. Number one is that it cannot directly add the Google Sheet because I want to store the data in the Google Sheet, and also because the output length, if we have like more than a certain amount of the row that we need to generate custom email, that it become problematic because the token window for the output is also limited. So then I copied all the company name, the link, and also the email address into a Google Sheet. And I was thinking that why not use the agentic workflow that currently the IDE is really good at when we do the white coding. So maybe we can do it in that way. I can show you here. This is what I built today. I'm going to show you how to build in scratch. But I just want to show you that after we build it, how can we use it? So basically, just want to make sure that, okay, the assets already provide, copy the link. Also gonna start a new chat telling that can you generate all the personalized to list company for this Google Sheet code. So because I already built up the workflow, I'm gonna explain in a second. I just want to show you that how it looks now. It's running. You're gonna check from the workflow that we built. So this is outreach workflow that has like pretty precise instruction with the input data structure and where to scrape, which tool to use to scrape the website. So basically, the idea is that I would like to ask the Gemini 3 to go over each company to do a little bit research on their website and come up with a personalized email for each one. So then I can send out them individually. Okay. You can see right now it start to doing the scraping the website one by one. So you can see, yeah, here, right? It start to generate one by one with the custom information for each company. Like, for example, the first one, it will say something like, given your extensive experience in constructing specialized high precision environment chamber, we believe that you are the ideal partner for the building phase. Yeah, for example, the second one, bear in mind you're specialized in fully automated closed-loop shipping container system that high specification. Yeah, you got the idea. So basically, like each one is do a little bit background research and come up with a personalized email. So because of that, actually, it improved the reply rate a little bit. I only sent 4 email today. I only sent 7 email today. That 3 email address is not correct, and I do get one reply already. So I think that personalized email actually works. So you can see that it's generate one by one. It's coming to 11 now. Gonna come back and when it done the generation, I will explain from the beginning how can we build it from scratch without coding at all. Okay, all 20 record, 20 company, the personalized email already generate completely. Yeah, just telling it, there's a message that I have generated the personalized email. You can check the column for the Google Sheet. They actually give you a workflow walkthrough, right? What have it done? So how the whole system actually works? So basically, in any agentic coding tool that it has something called global instruction, and then with the project instruction. Basically, it's just telling you that what is the high level procedure for this coding agent they have to follow. So here we follow a framework we define in this Gemini MD. So basically, we call DOE. So D representing directive. So it's the SOP that wherever your workflow should be, and orchestration is the coding agent itself, because it will do all the decision making and what tool gonna be need to generate, and during the execution what tool gonna be used. So execution, basically it will be the tool set that the coding agent generates. So why do we follow on this framework? Because we all know that the LLM has a problem of hallucination. So in this way, we use the SOP to define the work we would like the LLM agent to do is exactly the same as your SOP in your business. And also, we will ask the agent that create the script that they need to do a certain task. So without needing the LLM to doing the task, utilizing its internal knowledge. As we know that the LLM is the next token predictor. So for some of the simple math problem, it will has a lot of likely to hallucinate. A classic example is like 9.11 and 9.9. Which one is very tend to get 9.11 speaker. The newer model is much better when they with the reasoning capability. But the point is, if we allow the agent to use the use the tool set, it would be much more reliable. So the same question at 9.11 and 9.9, which one's bigger? As long as you use Python script or a calculator or a small tool that is created by itself that comparing two number, and then it plug in these two number as the input parameter, and it will have more deterministic behavior. So we can take a quick look on the instruction we provide. So basically, we are saying that you're operating with a 3-layer architecture, maximize the reliability. So the layer 1 will be the directive, what to do. So basically, it will create two folder, directive execution. So directive will be store all the SOP we're just talking about. So we don't need to create this SOP by ourselves. We just like create by talking to the agent through the chat interface. So layer 2, as we discussed, it is the decision-making layer. Basically, the LM made intelligent judgment to which workflow is applied to and which tool is going to be used. In the workflow building phase, it will decide which what kind of tool is needed, and it will write the script. So the layer 3 is execution that, as we described, it will has a bunch of the Python script that for a certain subtask. We also provide operational principle. The number 2 is very important, that we asking read the error message every time and fix the script and test it again and update the directive of what you learn. And then in this way, we will expect that the agent will learn from the error and write it down as a lessons learned document, not a document to write down back to the workflow MD. So basically, it will become smarter and smarter. We also have some instruction on you have to use the UV for package management. Okay, then we will copy this one and we will try to build from scratch. Okay, we cut off like just 1 second ago. So it seems like it has a lot of problem. So I just like quickly figure out that it's actually we should connect to the WSL, the Windows subsystem for Linux first, because my folder is under, you can see, I can show you. My folder is under WSL. So if I'm not connected here, the terminal utilizing is still using the Windows size terminal, which is the PowerShell. So that's why so many problems. I gotta stop it, connect to WSL first, and it's telling me open the folder again, and I will go to the folder we create, personalized email. Okay, I think I will delete this part first. And it seems like it just create the folder, but didn't create any file yet. So I think that's okay. Let's continue. Let's create a new chat, new thread. Basically, we're asking the same thing. Initialize the environment per Gemini MD. So now it running all the command in the WSL terminal. It's much better. Gonna accept it. So it's saying that there's no doc environment file. This file we used to store the API key or the different API key. Yeah, it will figure out. So first, it came up with an implement plan. So it's saying the user will require. Yeah, I will put it on my old API key. It's okay. Accept. So install all the required package using the UV package installation management software as we require on all the instruction. Okay, just do a test here. So actually, you don't need to know like what's going on mostly. So I think it's intelligent enough that it could build the agentic workflow based on your SOP. It's actually useful. Okay, I think it's done to create the initial environment right now. We have the directive folder, we have the execution folder, we have the .en file as we asked. Also, we create a git ignore. So we'll create a virtual environment under this like .en virtual environment. You don't have to know all this. I just try to explain on a more detail. This requirement text is the package that uh, all the script gonna need it for the Python script. So right now we can start to create our first SOP workflow. So we can just like tell them now, yeah, about just copy paste. Okay, go back to this environment. So basically, I just tell it I want to create a workflow. So read each company from a Google Sheet. And web search using a web scraping script, you will create one to each company. Generate a personalized email based on the company plus our call request. I will add the call request at below. It should be able to add the revised call request. For each custom email, add it back to the Google Sheet. Okay, just hit send. It will start to build the first workflow SOP. It is just a markdown file. See right now it create the outreach workflow. You're gonna install the required package based on it populate in the requirements doc text. It's accepted. After that, install everything required. You can see the first Python script is already created. I think it's done. It did the 1 second. It create the Markdown SOP under this directive. Yeah, we can see that. It create 3 script and update the requirements doc text. Okay. Verify all the script run correctly. Next step for user, which is me, ensure this credential is in the project. Okay, with the Google API key. All right, so I'm going to show you how to get the Google credential.json. It would be something like this. Basically, it's the credential that connect to your Google Sheet, the Google account. Okay, I will show you how to get the Google credential JSON file. So basically, you go to Google Cloud Console. So basically, you just like the first one, and then log in your account. Go to my console. Select a project first. Select my default Gemini project. Yeah, one thing to mention is that like if you are newly create your Google account and you newly create your account for the Google Cloud, so basically you could apply for 300 USD credit. It's gonna be effective for 90 days. So then we go to API and service. In the enable API and service, click here, enable Google Sheet and Google Drive. So click that and search Google Sheet. So I already enabled it, so that's why I don't have the option that, yeah, I don't have the option that enable. Same thing, search for Google Drive and click, and I already enable, so you can see the button for enable. After that, go back to API and library. No, go back to API and service. Go to the credential. Click here, create credential, create service account. So the idea is that you create a service account that your Google Sheet can your Google Sheet can share to that service account. That service account can access to your Google Sheet programmatically. Click the service account and just give it a name. Let me say name is YouTube demo and click create and continue. Select a role just to editor. Basically, editors allow this account to update the Google Sheet, which is what we want because we would like to like update and insert back the generated personalized email back to Google Sheet. And then click continue and then click done. When it's done, that you click that email you just create. Wait, actually, I forgot how to download that JS. Never mind. Let me just ask. How can I download the credential.json from Google Cloud Console? Credential under author 2.0 class ID. Okay. Click. No, I don't think so. I don't think it's this one. Credential. API key? No. Service account. I already have that. I gotta pause the video. I figure out I'm gonna come back. Okay, we finally figured out. So basically, select the service account, click this three dot, action, manage key. So in the manage key, you add here, add key, create new key using the JSON format. So it will download on your local computer. I just rename it as per our instruction here. Oh, we already have one. Let me just delete it first. Check to the root directory. So one thing we need to pay attention to is that we have to copy this client email, go to the Google Sheet that you plan to, no, not this one, sorry. Like go to the Google Sheet that you plan to let the agent to manipulate. In the share, you add an account, assign the role as editor, you click share. Basically, you're just like allowing the client email, which you just create the credential JSON file for, to update this spreadsheet. So let's delete everything already generated from at the beginning of the video. We can test our newly generated agentic workflow, whether it's working or not. Okay, one more thing. we have to copy the link. Go back to here, just ask, hey, this is my Google spreadsheet, Google Sheet. Help me to generate personal email per the workflow. Sorry, one more thing we have to do. Because we're utilizing Gemini model to do the summarization of the email. So we have to give the Google, we have to update the API key, basically. I can show you quickly where can you find the API key. So go to AI Studio of Google.com. Make sure you log in. So in the left-hand side, you might not be able to see. In your left-hand side, in the bottom, click API key. And you can create one, give it a name, and create under a project, maybe under this project, then create a key. And then you copy, go back to Gemini API key. But I need to use the other one because this one don't have any balance for that particular account. So all right, right now let's test whether it's working or not. Help me to generate a personal email per the workflow. I already gave the Google Sheet. You only need the Sheet ID, which is it will automatically to extract the Sheet ID. Let's see. So analyzing the Sheet URL and yes, run this. Must be a web or install app. So provide a call request. Okay, so I gonna provide the call request. Just 1 second. So yeah, just show you from my email. A call request that is, we are reaching out to whether you can assist with the engineering design, and this is our system summary plus the process. This is how the system works. We are looking for. Okay, just like paste the call request. Hopefully it worked at the first time. If it doesn't, it's okay. It's gonna be self-correcting the result. Accept all. It seems like create a new script. Yeah, I don't know why. Let's see. Yeah, it actually successfully scraped the company information, which is good, under the temporary folder. Please add the Google key ID. Okay. So Google key ID. I think this is my previous. This is the one. The correct. So I'm gonna rename into Google key ID. Maybe at your run, it may be not using this variable name. It's all because every time the code is generated by the LM, it may not the same. Tell them done. It seems to drafting the email now. Yeah, which is good. But I don't know why it didn't directly update in the Google Sheet. Let's chat. Yeah, it's not. Okay, let's see. Yeah, as you can see that the implement process and the way it works actually different from the demo I showed in the beginning of the video. But it's okay as long as it do what it's supposed to. It doesn't matter like how it achieve that. We're gonna verify at the end when it's done. Yeah, I think it's right now adding the data back to the Google Sheet now. Let's take a look. Not yet. Okay. It's actually add an additional column in here. It's not under this column that we think it should be. Okay, actually we can ask the revision again to make it better to achieve what we want. So we can ask you are not adding to the correct column. Please add the email to this column. Yeah, so basically you know the idea. Like basically we could generate long workflow, like the different kind of workflow that in your business using the agentic workflow. You just like have work in this chat interface. It's still a long way to go to have with a better user interface, but I feel like I start to get some utility out of the agentic IDE right now because they are good enough. Good, it's mature to a certain point. Yeah, I think we're gonna end it here. It seems like it's getting much slower. Maybe I used too much token today. So we're gonna show more workflow building in the same way from the next video. Thank you for watching.